Welcome to Kyle Lab, presented by AgKnocks. My name is Tom Ag, and I'm joined by Shrek and AgJack, and also Cowdog. Cowdog's actually back, dude. That's crazy. And the Aggies have a new basketball coach. Bucky Ball is coming to College Station.
Bucky Ball, mixed reactions. I think most of us feel pretty decent about it now that the dust has settled and all the Sunshine Pumpers have convinced us that he's the next greatest coach of all time. How are we feeling, boys?
I still don't really even know who it is. I don't know his last name. I've just kind of
McMillan.
seen whatever on Twitter, but doesn't really move the needle for me.
Yeah, I saw somebody freaking the fuck out today because we've quote unquote missed on 3 recruits because they decided to go to Auburn or somewhere that actually has a fucking basketball program and not a new mid-major coach with 1 player on the team.
Don't we only have like 1 player on our roster?
Well, now
right
we got 2. We got some dude from Kansas, some white guy. So
Yeah,
almost
so
there,
that's
baby. We are 20% of the way to a basketball team, boys.
Dude from Kansas is actually pretty solid, bro.
we should do our part as AgKnocks and host an open tryout for the basketball team.
Maybe they'll let you back into the 3-point contest, bro.
You just hold one in Houston. I bet there's some guys that could ball.
Why
Yeah, we'll get it.
specifically in Houston, bro?
24-hour fitness, bro. So it feels like people are treating this as if we just hired like the Ben Johnson of young, like offensive-minded college basketball coaches. It's still the Aggies. Let's not forget that we're still the Aggies and still Trev Alberts, which we'll talk about. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not Chris Beard, which we whiffed on again. If he turns out to be great, awesome. We'll eat our words if we said anything negative. I'm cautiously optimistic because he did have one of like the top 10 efficient offenses in college basketball last year at fucking Samford. But again, 2 players on the roster. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of movement there yet, and it's going to be a process with them.
I will go on a fire Bucky tirade if they have a below average season next year. Not even a bad season.
Isn't he like a gimmick coach, like Buzz, but for offense? Like
It's
hustle, like Buzz is hustle, and he's like offensive hustle. Isn't that his like philosophy?
They're like go. Like they go fast. They take a lot of threes. It's like nerd, like analytical nerd ball.
At least that'll be fun to watch, assuming they make some threes.
It's like that. Who is that guy? D'Antoni in the NBA when he was coaching the Rockets. Is it like that? I guess. Just
I guess so.
bombing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that worked.
It's
out
just like
great for
running
Houston.
gun. So it's literally they could not have hired more of an opposite of Buzz Williams. So let's talk about Buzz. Before our last pod was before March Madness. Won the first game, struggled through it. Second game, up by 10 with like 12 minutes left. Obviously just choke that shit away and lose by double digits.
Sick.
That team was never going anywhere. We knew it. We were just hoping they'd get hot, get lucky. But Buzz was always on his way out. Apparently he had been talking on podcasts and in books and stuff leading up to this point where he basically said, it was one of his classes. He like studied the way that coaches move and the way that fan bases react to coaches. And essentially the sum up of what he was saying was that after 6 or 7 years, if you haven't won multiple championships, you have to move on to another program because they're either the fans are not going to be happy with you no matter what you do unless you win a championship. So he decided to bitch out and bounce to Maryland. And I don't think Maryland's super excited about getting him. I wouldn't be.
I mean, it just didn't make sense to me. Like the rationale, he was like, they don't remember where they were before you got there, and they're ungrateful about it. So if you go from last place to 3rd place, the new expectation is now 3rd place. And it's like, well, yeah, it's still you, and you've been there with your guys. Like, why would you get worse? You know what I mean?
He's like, I can't go from 3rd to 7th after that and still get lauded for it.
I mean, we made the Sweet 16 with Crying Billy as the coach. So I mean, like
still a medical
he had
situation
the
there.
almost exact same feeling.
Jesus, Clay.
I feel like every time we talk about basketball, someone makes fun of Billy Kennedy, and then we have to be like, oh yeah, like there's something there. He's like dying.
No, is he? Actually? Or
Let's
like,
look it up.
I think he has like some type of chronic disease. Yeah.
AgKnocks is going to get
Shit.
canceled again for this.
I mean,
I didn't know he had a chronic disease.
There's never a place to joke about chronic disease, guys.
He has Parkinson's.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't know that.
What? No, finish that sentence, Scott. You're about to say that's what? That's what?
Same thing, whatchamacallit, Marty McFly has from Back
Michael
to the
J.
Future.
Fox?
Yeah.
Marty McFly. So, yeah, we hope Billy Kennedy's doing well.
Yeah, shut up, Bill.
I just remember him crying all the time. Like, that's...
He's like an assistant coach at Kentucky? Is that what he is? Yeah.
And anyways, we're off topic. I'm sure there's some type of Parkinson's treatment.
Anyways, so Buzz Williams, what did we feel like? I think we were all kind of like on the same page. It was time for him to go, but still like, fuck him.
Yeah, the rationale was stupid. I don't know. He's obviously made it clear unless he wins a championship, like he's gonna leave.
I'll be a fan of not having all the suits on the sideline anymore.
yeah, no, the suits
It cringed
were,
me out.
they were cool at first until he like him sweating through the suit was pretty sick. Not even gonna lie, but they got annoying, dude. Especially when they started losing.
Don't forget, he brought Jack Easterby into the A&M basketball program, and that just kind of got swept under the rug after a few months, and everyone forgot about it. But Jack Easterby was like a big part of the basketball program for a while.
Really? I had no idea. That's crazy.
So that's a theme for Cowdog on the show. We're just teaching him shit. No, and if the listeners didn't know who Jack Easterby was, he was like the crazy team Chapel that tried to take over the Texans a few years ago and like destroyed them from the inside.
Yeah, I wish Billy was here to rebuttal for that, but he's probably
not.
ordering DoorDash from a person that has to drive through the rain.
What kind of
A
person?
sad Chipotle bowl coming his way.
I feel like Bucky, though, like in the few things I've seen about him, he does look like he will be able to bring recruits and like is a leader of men type of guy, can command the room and like has some swag. He has some swag for a white guy.
Yeah, I
Pretty fly for
disagree,
a white
but
guy.
like ideally his character is good enough, like that they're like, all right, you're head coach material, you know.
Let's talk about
was
character.
was that his wife or his girlfriend in that video? After all, did we see
Yeah,
the
Miss
confirmation?
Alabama.
Hey, good for Bucky, bro. You see, a beta male does not walk into Kyle Fields with someone like that.
We want our coach slightly autistic and or banging Miss Alabama.
And thankfully,
That
he
ups his
got
profile
both.
in my book.
Great combo. That was Trev Alberts was like when he starts the interview. All right,
He
so
should bring his wife on the recruiting trail.
that's what Belichick's doing.
Damn, that was just a long-term strategy, bro. He knew it was nuts, but all along he knew he wanted to use it for recruiting.
Dude, I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but I saw someone found out that she's on the UNC payroll for $700,000 a year as her salary.
That'd be hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised.
Jesus.
Yeah, smart girl. So, anyways, back to what Shrek was saying about the character of our coach. So, we tried to go the opposite route right beforehand. Went hard after Chris Beard, Ole Miss basketball coach. It had sounded like things had been, they were at the 1 yard line, 100%. Like it was going to be agreed to. They were just working out the kinks. We had heard that it was a done deal. Our sources suck, apparently. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to continue to report news. I probably will.
Dude, do not break any more news.
We're going to keep breaking news.
People get so pissed.
So our sources were the same that like TexAgs had apparently, because we were hearing the same shit that they were, and fell apart at the last second. He was probably leveraging us for a better deal at Ole Miss, which at the time caused a lot of emotional strife, I would think, in our fan base.
Well, they literally spearheaded us as murderers. Like, we might as well have shot up a school with our takes. It was ridiculous, bro. Like, every Twitter account was just like, these people are disgusting. Like, how could you ever even consider? And then they wouldn't even type out domestic violence. They would just put DV in capital letters. Like, I was like, do you think somebody's going to read that and like, you know what I mean? But whatever. Dude.
Shrek's referring to our tweet that our intern posted. I thought it was pretty clever and funny. What was it? The
It was a bold one.
The battered Aggie syndrome girl. What's
battered
that
Aggie syndrome girl, and it just said Chris Beard would have killed her literally and figuratively. Which, like, yeah,
It's a wild statement.
I mean, maybe if you would have like just cropped into the shirt, intern, instead of like putting the entire woman there, it probably would have hit a little better. But I mean, that's why I don't run the social media page, though.
yeah. No, we actually gave the intern a raise after that. I don't know. Look, Chris Beard, like, would it be controversial? Yes, but look at the fucking like Elite Eight. It's all criminal coaches, all coaches that have like gotten either slapped on the wrist by the NCAA, domestic violence charges, felonies, DUIs, hit and runs, all the above.
Honestly, I like him more. Like I like him more nowadays if they have that. It just means they're a good coach.
Their only concern is basketball, not the safety of others.
Exactly, bro. We need to
What we
win.
need. It's a little bit of autism,
Yeah, you
just
think-
like the little bit of criminal record.
We should have just gotten Samuel Jackson to cosplay as Coach Carter again.
Somebody get Bucky arrested, and then we'll start getting some dogs on the team.
What if I retweet the tweet right now and just see what happens?
Bringing it back to this banger.
Yeah, doing that on a Thursday with a hashtag TBT would be kind of funny.
It's just so funny when like Tim England comes out. What is wrong with you? Be better. The be better tweets are the worst things I've ever seen. And then every time,
It's like it's not a children's show. Like it's not like we're going on Barney and telling.
No, bro, that's the thing. We're just a bunch of Miss Rachels out there in the Aggie sports world.
it's like half the tweets are people saying that we're horrible domestic violence
Supporters.
advocators, and then the other half of the tweets are like just horny ass dudes. Like, oh, she's so hot, she's so bad.
As it should be, bro. That's what Elon envisioned when X was purchased.
Exactly. All right. Anything else on the basketball stuff?
I mean, we're not a basketball school. Hopefully, Bucky changes that. Until then, who cares?
What school are we?
New gym.
We're a nothing school. We're like we want to pretend we're a football school because we have enough money to be. But like, I mean, we're not talking about football yet, bro. I'm still hurt. I don't want to discuss.
Like the king of the mid.
Yeah,
We are the king of the mid. Like when you think about the Arizona States and the Marylands and the Vanderbilts of the world, we are the king of all of them.
I mean, Arizona State's above us now, bro. They made the CFP and almost
We are
fucking won.
definitely at the top of the totem pole when it comes to mediocre schools. That is 100%.
Yeah, I would say we're like under the mid. We're the king of the mediocre, I would say.
We're right there with our greatest rival, South Carolina.
So let's talk about that, because the whole conversation and all the angst caused by Chris Beard basically leveraging us into just getting a better deal at Ole Miss is like, okay, where do the Aggies stand with Trev Alberts? At the time, baseball was imploding. Football feels like it could go the same direction it's been going for years, where it's just like a flop. Everything sucks. I mean, Texas took our coach, and they are number one in the country in baseball right now. There's so many different things that just make us feel like shit, and it's just come to fruition. It's like, damn, we've put everything into this, and there's still nothing to show. And there's still people that are online, sunshine pumping, supporting the Aggies. Aggies never lose. They just run out of time. All that bullshit.
Then to rebuttal that though, like, so you're all the way out, right? Like, you know, who fucking cares about baseball? Baseball's gay. It's not a real sport. I'm all the way out. Nobody even cares about bubbles. And then they get 2 grand slams in the bottom of the 9th inning and do something that nobody has ever accomplished in the history of ever. And it's like, well, shit, like, that's still my school. Like, am I all the way in again? And then you are.
Yeah.
All of that just to not make a super regional would be pretty classic A&M.
Yeah. It would be pretty fucking classic if they got everyone. We won like 15 straight games. We sweep Texas and Austin. We're like, holy shit, they're back. This is the team we thought they were. And then they lose in the first round.
Yeah, that would, yeah, I mean, that would. I feel like we're not even there yet, though. I think we're still going to blow it, probably like to either Arkansas or LSU or Texas.
All right, so I prepared a statement just during the emotional period of everybody coming at AgKnocks saying that we were the reason why that Aggie sports suck now because we were negative online. And I have a rebuttal for that. And we need to talk as humans and not just be behind our keyboards screaming obscenities at each other in ridiculous fashion. So AgKnocks is here to end the complacency and comfort with mediocrity among the Aggie fan base. We need to push our voice forward and be heard. No more making sure that people are nice. No more making people feel good about themselves. We want to demand excellence. Am I right?
It's a little dramatic.
Enough of being okay with just thinking we're better people than everyone. It's a crock of shit. Because we walk around saying, at least we're Aggies, at least we have values, at least we have traditions. Fuck that. We're saying what everyone in our generation of Aggies is thinking. That's what AgKnocks is for. It's what people talk about with their friends at dinner. It's what people talk about around the water cooler the morning after a game at work. It's all the shit that would be canceled on site by Old Army, which does get canceled on site by Old Army on Twitter. We are tired of the virtue signaling. We are tired of the complacency. Change will only come if change is initiated. AgKnocks was started to be part of that change in the movement to send a message to everybody up top that we're not okay with being average anymore and fuck Texas.
And we will accomplish that one DV joke at a time.
Hell yeah.
You got to change the AgKnocks picture to the, or make it like that Obama Hope picture whenever he was running for president.
But all in maroon and then a picture of Mike Elko.
That was the AgKnocks official statement to all the haters and bitches online.
Love that.
Does it, with Buzz gone, does that mean we get to get rid of those shitty memes where they put deep fry them or whatever?
That's the worst.
And goodbye to Henry Coleman.
Dude, the Henry Coleman thing came out of nowhere. So on the AgJack account, I actually posted a poll a few days ago just to see what was going on. And so I said, would you abolish yell leaders if you can make the call today? There were literally 99 votes, 38% yes, 62% no. But there was a comment that said, leading yells at football games should not be messed with as a tradition. Yells at other sporting events don't make sense and usually messes with the vibe. Limit them, do not abolish them. What do you guys think?
I mean, it's right in the middle there, bro.
It's never going to happen.
I'm just saying, would you do it if you were Trev Alberts and you could push the button right now? Like tariffs.
I'd probably hit the button. You know,
Fuck
you
yeah.
can keep,
What do we have to lose? Fuck it.
yeah, let's get some hot chicks.
Wait, are we just like... Are we erasing it from people's memories by pressing this button? Or it's just like immediately today, yell leaders no longer exist at Texas A&M?
There are repercussions for sure. But okay,
Yeah,
maybe
you got a
that's
Nico Harris in it, you know? Just fucking double down, quadruple down.
What about
idiot.
War Room, things that were still legal when yell leaders were established? Like women couldn't vote.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. You're trying to get us canceled.
Like that seems like a funny ass war room right there.
Yeah,
just think about it. Like we can change things.
How come there's been
You've
no
been hanging out with
girl
the
yell leaders?
intern too much, Jack.
Yeah, bro. You got some wild thoughts in that head.
What year was it?
I don't know.
See.
Probably
When were
like,
yell leaders?
you don't know this
Hey,
off the top of your head?
Tim England's
You're not
about to
even buying into the
subtweet
school
you.
Spirit?
Dude, it's fucking 1907. Jesus Christ, it's 118 years later. What have we not changed in 118 years?
They still had cocaine in Coca-Cola back in
There you go. That's another thing. Crazy laws in 1907. All right, we'll come back to this. But I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. So baseball's back now. Baseball's playing well. We mentioned it earlier. They're going for their 7th win in a row tonight.
How's that going?
What's the vibe?
Laviolette just did something nuts. Before I came up to record, we were up 6-2. Defense kind of looks poor, but whatever, dude. It's a Tuesday night game.
It is 10-3 against Tarleton State.
Yeah, offense looks fucking. They look back. like all the way back. I think it's Bear Harrison, number 16. Dude's on a tear, going absolutely nuts. Blake Bender up. Everybody fucking hated this dude. And then all of a sudden, he just fucking went off against Tennessee, and then against South Carolina as well, was SEC Player of the Week. They're getting hot, dude.
Well, he's 0 for 4 tonight. Just so you.
Yeah, whatever. He's probably hungover. You didn't need to do that, Shrek.
Okay, so it was like prohibition, women couldn't vote.
We're still here.
There was a car horn law where it was mandatory to honk before turning corners.
Yeah, they're probably still, putting the hand out the window when they're turning.
Hey, every time you did that, Drew Brees would pop up in your virtual background.
But yeah, baseball's sick now. They're balling out. They're looking like what we thought they would be, and they're gaining confidence. We talked to Matt Bergevin actually a couple times, and beginning of the season, vibes were very low. It seems like right now vibes are very high, and they're just excited to be winning again. They're just having fun playing baseball again. So hopefully we'll have them back on the show before the end of the season, and we can kind of talk about their miraculous turnaround and their sick run in the playoffs. Hopefully,
I think I was 52 last time I checked earlier this week. As of right now, if we keep winning, we'll be in.
Hey,
I wouldn't be surprised if we got in.
How many early tweets have you seen this week?
We were definitely early on early, but we didn't talk shit about early publicly.
I fucking did. I mean, I still think you go get a new coach, no doubt, but
it depends how it goes. And if he's improved, like the pitching seems to be really bad still.
I mean, it's just, damn, can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
It's
Go
really
find us a Paul
Prager-
Skeens guy.
Prager really
type guy.
Prager's just having a down year this year. That's what's kind of been the root of cause.
Yeah.
That's why everybody thinks the pitching is ass. It's just because Prager's having a down year.
So we don't have an ace. But it's the same thing we talked about. Like if we just get in, no one's going to want to play us because we're going to be hot and we're talented and like they won't want to fuck with us. So cool. Softball is number 1 in the country. It's the highest they've ever been rated. Just shout out to them. Maybe that'll be like, that's kind of like a fun thing that we could just toss on in the summer if we were just like kicking the shit out of everybody and we had like these like 400-pound Samoan women just hitting home runs. Fuck yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ, bro. That's so aggressive.
Fuck yeah, softball rules, bro.
Stand on business, bro.
Aren't we ranked number 1 in some other sports right now? I think I saw those tweets.
What else?
It was like track and field and swimming or something like that.
Who the fuck cares about that?
Kyle Umlang does.
We only care about it if we win it.
We're like, you're going off on indoor track and field, bro? It's all about outdoor track and field.
He's like, Capital One cup check. You're like, fuck you, Kyle. All right, let's move on from this shit. But yeah, that Grand Slam thing was crazy. 12-2, they came back. 2 Grand Slams in the 9th inning. Shout out that whole thing. That was.
Was it like somebody did the math on that? I saw that the nerds were geeking out on. Like it was like such a random like probability of it ever happening like that, or it's like never happened or something. It's
Baseball.
like 1 in a billion. I don't know.
Jace just hit a home run. It's 10.
Yeah, we just said that.
No. Let me tweet about it.
Against Tarleton State.
Man, okay. Let's get into Cringe Fest, boys. What we got?
Definitely the hat company thing. Like, those guys are just like doxing themselves, basically. And then
We'll talk about it. Explain it first.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're doxing themselves because essentially, the whole good, I guess, marketing ploy, or I don't even know what it means. I'm sure Tim England's very mad at me right now. But basically, there's a hat company of a guy that is a huge Longhorn fan, obviously didn't go to Texas. Basically just made an orange and white hat and put better on it. So they said that it was AI generated, haha, it was a joke. Turns out there was a link and the hat's real, so everybody started talking shit to him, and then he was like, oh, thank you guys for all this publicity. And they've just been like tweeting back and forth nonstop. So now today they really like bought into it, and they made like 4 more designs A&M related, basically. Like there was one that it says like Gooder, like the upside down Dallas hats or whatever.
Oh, God.
And then there's another one that it was like Womp or something, but it showed like a yell leader essentially doing the position. Which I don't know. I guess it's just funny inside Twitter jokes or something. And it's just like at $34 a fucking hat, nobody's gonna buy that, dude. And they're about to slap some fat tariffs on your ass for your shitty ass Timu hats with the threading. So, long
How
story
do we?
short, that was cringe as fuck, and those guys are just like doxing themselves because now like he's tweeting from his personal account and the company account, so everybody's just like comparing it to the Angry Bevo situation where it's like, haha, this was all just a joke, so I could see this social experiment of how you would react. I would never truly put this product out.
Yeah, and it
And
was
then
on their store. Fucking
Speaking
ridiculous.
of DV,
What do you guys think about those upside down hats? I really don't like them.
I can't stand them. They're the worst thing that's hit Dallas in a long time.
in a long time, are you sure, bro?
Well, there's
I could think of a few
there's more
worse
recent
things.
things. There's definitely more recent things that are probably the worst thing that hit Dallas.
Hasn't been something that bad on Dallas' head since JFK. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, good for them. I don't know. Like, did they get
Bro,
any
there is
sales out of it?
this is no place to joke about CI operated murder.
dude, speaking of that, Cowdog has a JFK assassination photo in his house.
It's before he got shot. Just putting that out there for the listeners. It's him riding in the parade in downtown Dallas,
Like
in the
right
convertible.
before.
Yeah.
Like minutes before.
Wait,
Kind of worse.
Who's he up there with, bro? Who else is hanging on the wall?
We got Dirk up there. Praise be Dirk. And then we got old Pudge Rodriguez sitting up there too.
The Astros legend?
Yeah, the guy with the statue at the ballpark in Arlington. Definitely Astros legend. Yes.
You must have one more picture of a really famous and quintessential basketball player from Dallas, don't you? Someone that would have spent their whole career there.
Yeah. So we thought, tough watch, tough
Bro,
scene.
Did you cry?
Mavericks are dead, dude.
Still heartbroken.
Did you cry when Luca left? Like, be honest.
No, but I was more angry than anything. I hate the Mavericks right now.
Did you
Like,
see that
fuck Nico Harrison, dude. He's the worst.
Nico Harrison
Insane bitch.
he held a press conference where they weren't allowed to have like microphones or phones in the room?
Dude, that's all that's been on my Twitter feed.
I saw Mark Cuban's fucking long ass tweet after like quote tweeting the quote from that.
He's being
saying,
such
like,
a bitch about it. Like,
this is
he's
to
getting
the
cooked.
fans, and it's like, yeah, like you didn't just sell it for $6 fucking billion or whatever.
Idiot. Mark's going about this the complete wrong way. They all are. Like, it's so bad. Like, I don't even think they realize how bad it is because they're just that dumb.
Clay's not even a Mavs fan anymore.
And surprisingly, that's probably not the worst Nico that got fucked this week.
Speaking of which, but I will say, just before we move on, objectively, that has to be probably one of the worst things any fan base has had to go through that was like directly just straight from like a front office decision, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty
100%.
unbelievable.
I feel like it was like an
doesn't seem
NBA
real.
thing. Like, I think that there's been so many other trades that are like, how did they approve that? Like, how are
Right.
they just like, oh yeah, that makes sense, dude?
Remember when the Chris Paul to the Lakers got denied by David Stern back in the day? Anyways, all right, so we were talking about Nico. Nico, I am a leave ya. Let's just talk about this as a whole because it's important. It's going to be like
you just pronouncing his name. Like, I'm Olivia.
Yeah, I'm just assuming that's what it is, bro. So the story goes, for the people that don't know, starting quarterback of Tennessee, 5-star top quarterback, guy who is literally going to be like on list to win Heisman's next year, just decides that he wanted to renegotiate his NIL deal with Tennessee, which is insane. It sounds like his dad had a lot of influence. And Tennessee said, fuck this, fuck you, we're out, and basically cut him. They might have tried to get out in front of the story before he said that he left them. I don't know. It's kind of one of those weird things. But now, where we stand currently is that he is getting like denied by lower tier football programs, and they're not even going to pay him nearly what he was asking for, what he made at Tennessee. So I think this is a big win for football fans and people that hate NIL, because this just is going to show you, hey, if you fuck around with this too much, it's not going to be good for you. This isn't the NBA. You don't get to like force your way out of a situation and go somewhere else and make a fuck ton of money.
Truly, guys can't even do that in the NFL. It's just like it was like a really bad look for him. Good job for Tennessee honestly. It's pretty sweet that they did that. He's not even that good, truly.
I agree. I mean, I think it's awesome that they put their foot down and said, you know what, fuck you, because it sets such a good precedent for the rest of college football. It's something that we're going to have to address, like litigation wise, with college football. They're going to have to fix everything because it's a shit show. Annual free agency will not work in any sport in any capacity. It doesn't make any sense that that's what college sports is now. So we're going to figure it out, but this is a good step forward. We'll see where do you guys think he's going to end up? Bill Belichick already told him to go fuck himself.
I thought there was a report that he was actually going to go.
They said Tulane was out. They said UNC was out.
UCLA?
USC maybe will pay him.
I don't know, man. I hope he ends up at UTEP.
Then UTEP would be sick.
Did you know that fucking Cam Ward was at Incarnate Word before he went to Houston?
Yeah, I have a football card of him signed in an Incarnate Word jersey.
But you said he's ass and he's terrible and he would be a horrible NFL quarterback, though.
Dude, my personal opinion is not the card market.
That's true.
I think he's going to be a bust in the NFL. I didn't get the hype.
I think there's definitely a chance. It's like boom or bust. Like he makes a lot of negative plays, but he's also, he makes a lot of cool plays, but a lot of negative plays. We'll see.
I just hate how relaxed he looks.
He's been loading up on the magnesium before bed, bro.
We should talk about magnesium later.
And he's going to go to the Titans, and that's not usually a good spot for quarterbacks.
Unless you're Giudetti.
Damn. All right, my Cringe Fest. Reminder, the Cringe Fest is just internet stories. This is actually kind of cool. Dire Wolves are back. It was announced that this company, I think they're called Colossal Labs or something, brought Dire Wolves back. They're 5 months old. They're named Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. And
what is
like,
a dire wolf?
It's like a
You know what a
giant
dire
fucking
wolf
wolf,
is?
bro. You never
Why did we
seen
bring
Game of
those back?
Thrones?
they've been extinct for 12,000 years. People thought that they weren't real animals.
Yeah, but the Earth's only been around for 6,000 years.
So they say.
So dire wolves are just like,
mammoths.
yeah. So the company has also been working on bringing mammoths back. They already brought, they made mammoth mice. So they genetically formed these mice that have mammoth like hair on them. Go look it up. It's sick. But these wolves are 2.5 feet tall, 5 feet long, 150 pounds. So they're just like huge wolves.
Yeah, I don't know why we brought those back.
Is it like for the
Jurassic Park situation, you know?
so like for the environment or something, or like
It's like to prove a point. Plus, they're saying there are like ecosystem benefits to having them. I just sent you guys a tweet. It's like super cute. They put them in the Game of Thrones throne. But yeah, like pretty sick. So what do you guys think about like if they brought Jurassic Park back? Would you go?
Bro, they
No.
literally made a whole fucking movie about why not to go.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
but-
probably would go. Because the chances of it happening to you on that day, like, come on.
Right.
That's true.
My stance is I would 1,000% visit Jurassic Park. No doubt about it. Because they wouldn't make it unless there was just like an insane level of safety precaution and security, right?
You mean like in the fucking movie?
No, the movie, there's always a fucking weak point. Like the Death Star. Like, why is there a fucking hole in the Death Star that can explode it? It's a movie, bro.
This is why white people die sooner. You never catch a Mexican dead in that shit, bro. Skydiving? Fuck no. Scuba diving even? Fuck no.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would go to Jurassic Park, though.
Dude, same. Would be sick. Would bring Jackson.
All right, we're going to Jurassic Park. I mean, okay, what about a mammoth? Like, if there's a mammoth enclosure, you wouldn't go to see that?
I'll go see it, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what's cooking, boys? Anything in the personal lives?
Property taxes, dude. Got a new house. Fucking taxation is theft, dude. It's bullshit.
You got to
Dude.
contest.
Bullshit.
Hey, I'm gonna need some help with the homestead exemption. I gotta go contest some shit. There's some fucking, I don't know, crazy, bro. People be wild. Like, I live in the lowest socioeconomic status place in the country, and yet these are the fucking property taxes. It's insane, bro.
Bro, your house single-handedly brought up the entire
Property value.
property value,
For real, dude. It's ridiculous.
like the median income.
You're gentrifying your own home, dude.
You have AgKnocks to thank for that in your salary.
Yeah. We need the intern to keep busting out those tweets. That engagement feeds families, literally.
Yeah, thank you, Elon. Thank you, Daddy Elon. All right, I'll just say it for him, I guess. Our boy Cowdog getting married to a wonderful man. His name is, what was it? Bennett?
Yeah, Bennett. Very cute. What
Bennett
a great guy.
Tristan. Are you taking his last name?
No, he's going to be Mr. Cowdog.
Wait, what
So
does
what
that
are you
make
gonna be-
you?
Or I guess he'll be Miss Cowdog.
You always struck me as a good pitcher, bro.
Oh, yeah, I'm not catching, bro. No way. That's more of Tom Ag's thing.
Bro, what the fuck?
So yeah.
Hey, what's wrong with catchers, bro? You have a Hall of Fame one hanging in your house. Dude.
It's true. My husband inspired me, or my fiance.
Yeah, be careful, bro. Don't jinx anything. We still don't know the date of the wedding, but we're excited for our first gay wedding. So congrats.
Hopefully, you
Gay
can
club.
find
That'd be
somewhere to make you a cake, dude.
Yeah, that'll be hard in Texas. I'll call that guy in Colorado who always gets in trouble.
All right. I guess we're going to War Room.
It's time for War Room.
Are we doing laws that were established when Yell Leaders?
It's hard to rip those off the dome, bro. Like, we should
Number one, women's suffrage. That's crazy.
Was Jim Crow still around back then too?
Oh my God. Let's see. Race laws. Let's ask ChatGPT. Race laws in 1907.
I'm sure they were.
So let's just. This is another thing where it's just like we're doing this to explain it. Yeah, Jim Crow laws. Separate but equal.
Yikes.
Separate schools, separate bathrooms, segregated seats, no interracial marriage, but we want to keep yell leaders, voter suppression. There were poll taxes, literacy tests, grandfather clauses, and white primaries, as well as no women could vote.
Damn.
Yeah. Yep.
Almost 100 years ago.
All the things that we've changed since yell leaders were formed, and we haven't changed yell leaders.
Can you imagine what they're going to do on the 100th anniversary of the L Leaders?
God.
It's going to be off the charts.
The thing is we just never have anything to trump yell leaders when people make fun of us for that. Like, you get into an argument online and then it just devolves to yell leaders, and it's like, what am I supposed to say now?
They're actually really cool. Okay.
Yeah, they're
I had one
actually
in one of my
sick.
classes one time.
All right, what do we think? What do you want the War Room to actually be?
Worst races.
The 100-meter dash is always a tough one, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the hurdles.
3-legged races are also pretty hard.
Potato sack, that's tough.
Swimming?
A lot of races that we really hate out there, man.
The
That would
face
get y'all.
race?
That would get some.
Wait, that actually might be fucking hilarious. Races that we hate. Space race, 100
All right, yeah, let's get it. That's it. Races that we hate. Let's do it. Lock it in,
Okay.
boys.
All right, let me get the order. Oh God.
All right, I'll go first, bro. Boston Marathon.
That's crazy. Was it because of the Wahlberg movie specifically, or like does something else lead that?
No. I just think it's overhyped.
Post this or not?
Yeah, 100%, bro. This is funny. This is high quality puns.
Okay.
I just think it's overhyped.
Okay, who's up next? Who wants to go?
Like, bombing
I-
is
I-
sad. Like, that sucks that happened there. It has nothing to do with that, bro.
I got
didn't
one.
think about that.
All right,
Say the the hot chocolate run in Dallas because it closes all the streets by my house.
Okay, hot chocolate run. Oh, there's some good ones there.
I'm gonna go with I'll take the 3 spot.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the holiday 5Ks.
Yeah, like turkey trots. Let's
Yeah,
turkey trot.
Or like a St. Patrick's Day, like, oh, I'm gonna go drink beer today, so I have to run 3 miles before. But the beer's gonna be green.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get you a green beer.
All right. I think I'm going to go. I got to go with the space race. I mean, it almost led to the Cold War, essentially, which could have been nuclear fallout. So that was bad. Let's see. I don't really like NASCAR.
That's a good one. I feel like
Yeah.
people land on both sides of the coin for that.
Yeah, I feel like NASCAR is just not an interesting race to me.
We went to the Daytona 500 once, and I didn't get it.
Like specific?
Yeah,
You
there
don't
are
like
way
when cars go by.
just. I think there are way better races when I think about them.
Well, there's also a lot of worse races out there.
But yeah, that's true. I kind of like horse races. All right, Shrek, back to you.
I'm gonna go with the Rainbow Road Mario Kart races, bro. Like people that don't ever actually play Mario Kart, they're always just like, "Oh, let's play Rainbow Road," and it's like, or you could fucking play a real map, not one that you just fly off consistently.
Yeah, I like that. It's back to Cowdog.
I'm gonna say the nuclear arms race.
Yeah.
You know, nukes aren't good, right?
So
Unless
like,
we have
you mean
one.
like Oppenheimer in general, or like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's up for debate because, like, it ended
everybody
World
was
War II.
arming to or running to arm themselves because we
Yeah.
dropped the big boy.
All right, Tom,
Or
Mag,
little fat man or
finish us
whatever it
up
was.
strong, bro. What race really do you just fucking hate?
Turkey trot.
I already said that.
No,
one.
we already.
Shit. All right, fine.
He said
I'll go
holiday
with-
5Ks.
Oh fuck. Okay, sorority 5Ks.
Honorable
Okay.
mentions. I want to put white people, but YT, like not
Wait, what was the second part?
not like YT, not like just white people in general, like the YT people.
Okay.
I don't know. That's big on racism on X. I've seen.
Yeah.
It's getting real bad.
What about like the one across France?
The Tour de France.
Tour de France. Yeah, fuck that race.
Hey, racism.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that one. Parallel. The Kentucky Derby. Ugh.
Like the Kentucky Derby's kind of sick though.
Do you like wearing frou-frou hats and
Not
drinking
like
mint
going,
juleps?
not like going, but like gambling wise.
Yeah.
I like that everybody pretends to know about horse racing for that.
No, I don't know shit.
Oh, that'll lead you good into your peeving.
It's
Oh yeah.
exhilarating.
Great. Great war room.
Oh, Billy's gonna love that one, bro. We should tag him in it.
Just don't even just send him the fucking graphic. Worst races. Or we include Billy's head on it and just input options for him and make it think that we were talking about colors instead of like races. Like that would be such a silly Billy thing to think that we were talking about colors that we don't like instead of races, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know anybody whose mind would be in the gutter like that.
This is our
And now
greatest
you-
forum of all time.
And we can high horse anybody who replies negatively and be like, what race were you thinking of?
Yeah, maybe if they looked at our
What the
honorable
fuck's your
mention,
problem?
they would see
Yeah,
that
Rob-
racism is one of the ones that we're also against.
Robert Barron's is going to love this one. All right, we got anything else? Oh, there's that one thing I forgot to mention, that tweet about where it was like, what if Buzz Williams has that thing happening to him where it's like, you have a snail chasing you for the rest of your life, and if it touches you, then you die. So
Hey, that was quality content, actually. Like, they started breaking down the math of how long it would take a snail to get from West Virginia or wherever the fuck he was, Virginia Tech, and then to get all the way to College Station, and it was roughly 7 years.
Yep. I think you wouldn't take into account that the snail would have to change directions depending on where Buzz was in the U.S. So that would alter its route.
So we could say Buzz isn't a fan of snail trails.
That's another one.
Buzz probably hates snail races.
Yeah, he definitely hates snail races. All right, we got anything else? Is that it? Like, we're going to be out until the spring game.
When is the
Maybe
spring game, Mad Jack?
the spring game is... Fuck, let me look.
I'm gonna guess May.
No, it's April. I think it's next weekend.
It's
It's
not the Spring Game,
April
though.
19th.
It's the maroon and white game. Thank you very much. That's this weekend.
Oh my God, it's this weekend. It's Saturday.
Wait, it's Easter weekend?
Yup, it's Saturday.
Damn, bro.
So we are going to have a post-spring game show, hopefully with a guest. We'll see. And
Talk some Marcel.
oh my God, if we got Marcel. Oh yeah, captains. We didn't even talk about captains. Well, we could save that. We could save that for next show.
Yeah, probably be a good one.
All right.
Well,
that's it.
Peven?
But yeah, oh yeah, he's peeving. He's back. He's peeving. I forgot.
Let's just talk about the Masters a little bit
God.
and the false hype around the Masters and everybody pretending to be into golf for the Masters.
It was a great
I don't get
Masters.
I don't get it. Why do people have to have parties for the Masters? Like, you don't watch golf all year, and then all of a sudden now you're a big golf fan and you got to dress up and throw a themed party. Is it just an excuse to have a theme party, or do you actually care about the golf? I'm not going to pretend. I don't watch golf. I'm not going to pretend to care for a whole weekend. Just or post pictures about golfers on Instagram or getting gussied up or doing the whole rigmarole just to appeal to, I guess, dudes that are into golf. I don't know. Like, who's it for? Like, like just why?
This was probably the best Masters that I've seen since I started liking golf. Did you watch it, Cow Dog?
No.
Well, you just don't know ball.
Yeah,
I watch
also
golf,
didn't
man.
watch it.
I mean,
I don't get it because it's the same thing. It's just golf. And it's like, oh, you can't bring cell phones in? So cool, bro.
Snacks are $4, bro.
It's pristine. Okay, that's something that was established the same time as the Yell Leaders. The prices of the Master snacks. We're cool with that.
It's the same price as like going to the candy stand at a little league.
The thing is,
game.
it's like, it's hilarious to me that like people try to act like they know golf when in reality they just Google who has the best odds of winning the Masters and then pick somebody in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean that's facts for sure.
Or who has the best sob story and then post like you're a big fan.
I did see the thing of I think it was Spieth hitting somebody in the nuts. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw that.
And I saw Ken Griffey Jr. took a picture of Rory when he was crying. That was also a nice little.
You guys need to watch Full Swing.
I'm definitely never doing that.
Yeah,
it's a great show.
I'm with Shrek. Probably won't.
Great show. You're missing out.
There's too many shows, dude. Like, how do you even pick what to watch?
Oh, dude, did y'all see the first episode of the new season of The Last of Us?
It's tough.
Yeah, bro, they just ruined it.
It was pretty tough watch.
Oh, that's the show with the little bug-looking girl on it, right?
The girl that looked like they just zoomed her face in.
Yeah,
I've never seen the show, but all I just see is memes of that chick because she's weird looking.
Yeah,
it was not a great episode. I think the next episode is going to be pretty fire.
Is that the TV show where they turn Ron Swanson gay?
Yeah, which surprisingly was one of the best episodes of the first season.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
I mean, they did do a little too much with the getting Ron Swanson's chest hair out, like a little more than you'd be comfortable with, but like
a little sucky on the chest hair. Have you guys watched The Pit?
Yes, bro.
Dude, crazy.
That show is insanely good.
It's
I've never even heard of this.
I just finished it. It's wild. Will say there are definitely a bunch of cringe moments with some undertones, but otherwise fantastic.
Is it like a reality show or just like an actual show?
Shrek,
like, are they crawling out of a pit?
No, it's about like it's an ER in Pittsburgh basically, and it's just one day of them existing and working.
Each episode is an hour.
It's on Netflix, right?
HBO.
Okay.
Did they all sound like Mike McCarthy when they're talking with accurate Pittsburgh accent?
No,
football.
Accent.
Not really.
That's a good call. None of them have accents. They're all just like
Do any of them reference to their elderly father that used to be a steel worker?
It's like if Robert Barons had a real job. That's what everybody acts like.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, you'd like it. It's